Hello there, welcome to my final mass player match, most likely here against Damned Brooks. One of my favorite of the names. I should have maybe I'll do this at the end of this video. I should have read aloud or written out, added all of the various names to my all the various aliases, because some of them are pretty good. We've only seen a handful. There are quite a few we didn't see, so maybe at the end of this video I'll read them out loud. Something to look forward to. Okay, I don't know. I guess they're thinking, which is good to do. It's a good thing to do, thinking. Probably you need to make a way of doing Leprechaun. There's no other extra gains. I guess maybe there's some question of whether, I mean, you can do a lot of exorcist stuff, though, then you'll feel goat herds, which is fine, to be honest. I guess you could try, I mean, they do ambassador, right? That doesn't really enable the goat herd, so they can just thin that way, which is totally reasonable. You can even go amp, and then if they do happen to collide, advance one into a hunting lodge. I mean, the advantage of this, one advantage of this approach anyway, is that you don't fuel goat herds if they happen to go for a goat herd. Now if it goes like this is pretty bad. Maybe I take a silver. It's like silver goat herd. I mean, the goat herd doesn't activate that much, probably. Could have activated a couple, they might advance or something. The silver is maybe bad. Maybe you should just be doing advances to get your hunting lodge. Well, one seems fine in any case. Maybe it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not. I mean, if they get clean enough. Then they're gonna have a bunch of the wisps, and like if they're getting another wisp here, yeah, they're gonna get a hunting lodge. Yeah, they're pretty far ahead. I mean, they had a little bit nicer shuffle, but I'm really not getting much of anywhere. They're already clean. So that's a bummer. I don't have anything like the number of, like, they can probably buy a leprechaun, yeah. Just gonna be maybe too slow on the wisp stuff. maybe is possibly not strong enough of a word. Definitely might be a stronger word, a more accurate word. I still get another wisp. Yeah, this is pretty much over. I had some sadness as far as draws, but yeah, unfortunately here also I don't really have a it's like play hunting. I mean that you almost have to toss, but then the toss is not especially good. So that's unfortunate. That looks like totally reasonable buys to me. I can try and give them coppers, but just not going to do anything. And they're going to get a wish this turn, I would say. Definitely. So it's going to get pretty bad from here. Every time you add a okay. Yeah. I think they should just keep buying hunting lodges. You could think about buying like a goat herd, but I think you just empty the hunting lodges and pretty much go from there. Well, they don't have to empty them, but they not find leprechaun? I guess they didn't find leprechaun, so they don't get a wish this time, which is something. Yeah, so they're swapping their band for, or their leprechaun for a band, which makes sense. It has the flexibility. You can also get like multiple bands, and then if you don't hit them, you can play them as these other little threes, which are pretty decent to play still. And then if you do hit it at the right time, if you have two, it just really increases your odds of doing a leprechaun activation, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can, well, it's not guaranteed, but I can get pretty close to it for sure activation here. Oh, I guess it is guaranteed. Which is cool. I don't get to cycle, which is unfortunate. Because now then it's not guaranteed. But I think I need to take the activation. Would have much rather not drawn the leprechaun there. But that's just the way it is. This helps them draw, but their draw's pretty good anyway, so I don't think it matters a whole lot. Though, you know, it helped some. I mean, I think they probably get almost all of this done either way, would be my guess. And I think doing the distant lands makes a lot of sense. There's like some banging that went on in my house. I guess it's something loud happening outside, but it's like loud enough it like shook the walls. And I was trying to go figure out what that was. That's why I left momentarily here. Okay, so this is already an activation. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I guess we'll just. I guess we'll just stick with Leprechaun for now. What kind of... This is awful. They got a prince? When did they get a prince? They buy a prince last turn? I think the prince is probably not worth a buy. I mean, it's fine, but I have a real hard time believing it's worth a buy. Versus a hunting lodge or distant lands, to be honest. But I could be wrong. Okay. They didn't trash anything? Oh no, they did. Okay. Good deal. We're not gonna get a leprechaun very well. We might. We can toss again, and we might. I guess we can. I don't know. Do we need the? This is kind of not great. One, two, okay. Okay, this is something, I guess. Ooh. We can't really discard, unfortunately. I mean, we can, it just doesn't necessarily help us a whole lot. They're probably going to get the distant land split here. I guess, well, I can buy a colony next turn regardless if I activate, or I guess I can use the wish to get something. This is probably still fine as an imp. Did they prince something? Is the imp what they have princed? Okay. I could have bought platinum there and then it would allow me to province with smaller number of treasures, but they get to get 2 things from Wish. JK. Well, okay. These are kind of annoying at the moment. This isn't so bad. 1, 2. There's still more imps, yeah. So the question here is something like, is a 5 from the kingdom better than an imp? I think basically is the question. Because I'm gonna buy a colony, so I would either need to gain gold and then trash gold to gain probably an imp. I don't think ghost is that good. There's also, if we're just gaining a card from the kingdom, there's no reason to play the wish. I guess we won't. One, 2, 3. I will need to get a band of misfits at some point. Maybe I want the... I guess I'm gonna go with no. It also makes their go hurt a little worse to do it this way. I guess they could potentially get both the last hunting lodges, in which case I should have played the wish. Well, I mean, it may be a ban, but it's probably a little cleaner as a wish. Or as a hunting lodge, sorry. Or the imp. Oh, you can kill... When did they get a silver? Is this just a silver they've had a long time that they haven't had to play? I guess so. That's true. You can do a band of misfits as a fortune teller, and then you can do fear of gold. You can trash a gold. Just something. Okay, so this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do the band. Oh, okay. Again, I think we'll just keep the leprechaun as long as it's hitting. I guess both of us get a points lead at the after our bye, so there's some world where we run the the Band of Misfits down. I'm almost thinking about trashing the gold, but could wish for another exorcist, I suppose, and go even more on the buffs their goat herd as well. But if you're gaining 2 laps, then maybe it's something. I think if we grind, oh, they're getting duchies already. That's interesting. That seems, I mean, maybe it'll be fine, but it seems a little ambitious to me. But I could be wrong. They don't need it yet. I wouldn't have said. I would have probably gone for something with a little more. Well, we can either try to play for this leprechaun activating, or we could have tossed there and searched for the Band of Misfits. And we still sort of have that option. This will activate here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, whether it'll activate in a way that makes me happy, I don't know. I mean, pretty much the only thing we really want to get now is we don't really have to play the wish. That's not critical. Gaining the wish was pretty important, but playing it is not necessarily that important. In fact, we could stop here with it on top, I guess. I mean, we can't do the 2 exorcists this time. I don't know if there's a way for me to angle. I mean, now I'm not even. I don't know. I don't know if I still don't feel super good about doing the. Guess wish on top is not the best thing in the world. I guess at this rate, I just continue to draw deck because I'm putting in a lab and a stop card, basically. Well, I guess it presumes that the goat herd can be played at least as a cantrip, like that band can be played as goat herd at least as a cantrip, but. I'm pretty much just playing for them missing colony. Which, hey, they did. They choose not to buy colony there. That's super confusing to me, actually. I'm pretty sure this gives me an out if I colony two times in a row and gain duchies with wishes. I think it gives me a lead. I mean, they don't have to. Obviously, they don't have to take colony their next turn, but that was weird to me. I don't really get it. This could go pretty bad, but I'm not going to toss yet. Now it really could go bad. Now we don't have any of the possible leprechaun candidates. So we gotta play this one, I guess, as goat herd and see what we find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Can also not give them additional draw here. I can just stop. By the colony. We can do province dancing too. I'm totally fine with that. The longer game, the decks just look more similar, and mine might even have an advantage, to be honest. So I'm not clear on that. They're probably just pretty similar, but as it goes longer, I think we can just whoops. It's sort of hard to imagine those 13 cards aren't just a bunch of junk. Buys a leprechaun. Okay. So if that was sort of weird. They didn't trash anything, right? I could kill my exorcist. So if I can go duchy colony, I am betting on them not being able to draw their wish, I guess. Which is like something. Now I have to be able to do that, but it's hard to want to toss with the imps, unfortunately. Otherwise I would probably have tossed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can see a little bit more before tossing, I guess. We may just draw what we want. We can play the goat herd. Not trashing. See, now our problem is going to be hitting the colony, which we probably just won't get to. Their cards here could be a bunch of golds. That's another thing. I don't know if the last card is a gold or not. It could be. We don't quite get... We don't quite get anywhere, but we can just... I mean, we can stop and buy province and just really get down in the muck at this point, I guess. Do the province stuff. I do. I mean, the duchies are also low. I have the only wish. So, this is not too bad. And this is a good starting hand for me. I mean, if they buy a colony anyway. They just took the duchy so early. They didn't need to do that. That was the weird thing to me anyway. Oh, now they get double hexed. That could either not matter too much or it could be pretty brutal. Like Envious would be pretty brutal, and I mean the hand size stuff probably doesn't matter, but like the curses you don't really want. So that was pretty good for me. So I mean, even like Duchy Colony for me, or not Duchy. I mean, Duchy Colony also still looks pretty good for me if I can do it. But Duchy Province also looks good if we can get there. I don't think they trashed anything. I guess just Colony looks pretty good too. They would have to get a wish, activate, or they would have to get a wish, draw it. We can almost win by ambassador stuff, but we don't. If we had found the wish, I wonder if that was ever available to me on the previous turn and I didn't look for it. But if we had found the wish and this hand symbol, like if the colony was a wish, we would have a win. So that, of course, isn't super likely. So I still am the one with the wish, right? So they can't. Now they, I guess miserable is, or I guess, not miserable, but miserable didn't quite take it away. Whatever it was. mean, if the wish just gets us to a province or a colony straight up, then we don't want to. But like double duchy is also fine. You just take double duchy here. What is that? They don't have a wish. They would still again have this issue of gaining a wish. There's not a win. And that wouldn't even win for them. So I just have to hit 5, I guess, but there should be some hunting lodges down in here, I think. Though I'm gonna get fortune teller probably. So all they can take is province. And they can't even wish, the wish can't take a duchy because that doesn't win. This is, again, they would have to gain the wish and play it, which I don't think is possible. And now this just wins. All right, I'm glad to have won that one. I do think they messed up the greening part. This is a pretty annoying board. I mean, you're just like getting it really awkward. Well, it's not that awkward with barracks, I guess, to be fair. It is still a little awkward though. Torture chain. I mean, you can just like top deck a tormentor is okay on the, I think. I don't know, you can double silver as well. I think that's probably reasonable. I mean, you could silver transport something and try and just hit 5 off your silver and get 2 tortures. That's not totally crazy either, but you do need like some way of hitting 6. And then 5s. And then a mint, and then you just mint crowns and play tortures and get some mystics probably, but mostly just a lot of crowns buying torture. So get quite a good draw here. Oh, and there's changeling stuff as well that you can do with, I suppose, with I don't know, there's not a super good way to do it, but this was a very good draw. I think 5 coppers is probably enough to just do the mint. And I'll keep it because we want to get. This also hits 6. All right, they're out. Seems totally fair there. Okay, we got Black Market, another mint. There's a remake. Well, this is an interesting one. I guess you can Lighthouse and don't have to worry about the curses too much, though. You're also trying to get a what am I trying to say here? Ooh, nice mint. They got a nice mint now. Will the city gate rescue my remake from the depths of despair, or will it just rescue my coin? Hey, found my remake. Found the remake, alright. These are pretty crappy, which is cool. I don't know that it's gonna make up the I don't know that it's gonna make up the trashing differential. I mean, depends on what they find. These are all pretty nice. I mean, the rogue isn't that nice, but the counterfeiter, the governor, pretty nice, of course. I would expect them to go 5 and then a Devil's Workshop. Yeah, that looks correct to me. I can get Sir Bailey, which is fun for me. I mean, not for them so much, but. They may be able to, like, just have enough of a lead that they can put whatever good stuff in there and be fine. Throne Room's excellent. No one's gotten a witch yet, even though, like, no one has light. Like, it might be worth it to put them, to force them to get lighthouses. I mean, at some point you're gonna need drawing. I think that was a little. I'm not sure I liked that much. The lighthouse. I did forget that lighthouse doesn't just block witch, but in fact blocks any attack. That I sort of whiffed on understanding. So that makes my Bailey buy a lot look a lot worse. Considerably worse. I just have 30 black markets at the moment. Watchtower course is fantastic. You get the nice free coffers. Priest could do some stuff. They didn't. Oh, okay. I was like, it's a nested thing. I was confused. They didn't get priest. I guess if they had ever made a bunch of buys, then they could have done something with the priest, but guess it wasn't to be. I need to get a witch myself or some. No. Can't afford any of these, even though I would like them. Again, these are all pretty good, but I probably need to buy a witch. I need draw really bad. Right now I don't really need villages and stuff. Now I might just take the torture over that. The torture over the witch. They're going full on power mode with the governor there, which probably is fine. Their payload, like what they can bring to bear in a turn, is so much better than me that, at least right now, I think it is. It's probably fair to do this. These were not the most exciting pulls of all time. Ambassador is very good. We're pretty good. I don't know. I guess the attacks are not so exciting. So these aren't that exciting pulls either. I sort of expected them to scepter the throne room. Like, wouldn't that have been strictly better than if they had the black market in hand? Doesn't scepter throne room get you? No, I guess it's just 2 either way. I guess it's the same. They're not any different other than playing the throne room again. For whatever, I mean, in this game that doesn't make any differences, but I guess it could in certain games. Top deck a card. Oh yeah, City Gate. I still don't have anything in hand, which is kind of funny. Well, I think we need the Margrave. We could get a Devil's Workshop. We don't really need this many. We don't really need this many. I guess unless they get some sort of gainer, they're not going to have a lighthouse down this turn, which is okay. Which is cool, but not super consequential. On the whole, I wouldn't say. They find Workers' Village, which is a really excellent pull. These are all pretty nice. I'm playing this out just because of the way the first one went. Like, I'm like clearly lost, but the first one was not this extreme, so it's not the same thing, but I felt I don't know. Obviously here they're just like already super junking me on top of having way better payload and being way cleaner. there's a few things going. You actually don't have to buy the lighthouse I mean, maybe if that's the money, but you don't have to buy the lighthouse this turn, right? You can buy it like next turn. You have a lighthouse coming off, so you can just play that one, and then you can buy the other one. Now maybe that makes sense with the money, but there's at least some chance that you want to do like a coin instead, just as a thought. It's not necessarily. Is there anything cool in the trash? There is acting troop. You can print villagers that way. Whether it's better than just getting a village green. I guess also I care a little bit about giving myself a better chance of buying something nice on the next reveal too. I definitely didn't get I don't have a good balance here. I also didn't get a lighthouse. So that maybe was just bad on my part, but I didn't get a lighthouse or a way to get a lighthouse. None of these are that exciting. Spices is fine, but you already have quite a few buys now. The Swamp Hag and the Gladiator look pretty bad. These look pretty bad. It was like a fast Shantytown buy, but Shantytown doesn't seem that exciting to me, but I could be wrong. They certainly have. Yeah, it's like this a lot. I mean, you have the Watchtower, so it maybe doesn't matter. But Barge looks best here pretty clearly. I don't know if they don't have enough money for it. They could have played the Lighthouse. I don't know why they didn't. Oh, they've already played one. That's why. Okay. Well, that makes sense, but it does point to the thing I was saying last turn. If it had been a Coin of the Realm, they could play it and they could have bought Barge and also just gotten a coin down. And they still would have had the money to buy another Lighthouse. But anyway, it's not super important. Well, none of these matter. I was gonna say that I want to order these properly, but there's no attacks going on, so there's not a proper order. Well, we didn't quite do what we wanted to do here. We're gonna get 5 curses again, unfortunately. Now it's the same thing for me, except I guess the difference for me is that I'm not sure I'll get the chance to buy it, and I also don't draw deck like they do. So this is a similar situation, but my draw is much worse, so just putting in any Lighthouse makes it a little more likely that I'll get to play one, period. But anyway, I'm going to take, I guess, a couple curses. Oh, they have 2. I guess maybe 3 curses. They don't have to Scepter the Witch necessarily, but they might choose to. I do feel like, I mean, I don't know their hands when the Governors, but I am surprised that they never have done anything but draw with Governor. And that can just be a function of the hands it was drawn in. But it's a little surprising to me all the same. Dismantle is interesting. I guess it's okay here. You can get scepters with it. I would have thought about the advisor, but these are not great. We've gone through the whole thing, so we've seen everything. There's still a few decent things in here, but actually not. The Grave Robber is pretty nice, but I don't know, there isn't a lot of other things that are super important. The monastery for me could be a little... I also haven't looked... I really forgot about mint after I didn't get some at the start, and so I don't know if I totally whiffed on a good mint at some point. That seems very possible, but I don't know. Yeah, I think they could just start doubling, and they'll probably double for 3 or 4 turns in a row. But they can single in Piazza or single cartographer. Yeah, I mean, Piazza, I guess, looks a little less appealing given that you've... yeah, and I'm already stopped here. Looks a little less appealing given that you've... what am I trying to say? Given that you have Merchant Guild, so you'll probably be able to get Grave Robber this turn, as well as like a double province. Oh, they did stop a little, but it's not close enough to matter. Unfortunately, well, did they play a Lighthouse? I guess they didn't play a Lighthouse, so truly it's still not close enough to matter, but it does make this a little more interesting, I think. We probably want to play the black market before and see if there's something exciting that we get to put in there. Priest is a bit interesting. If they don't have the if they have the watchtower, then this won't matter. They'll just take the okay. I do wonder if they maybe... I guess this works fine. It's like whatever, either way. We didn't find the priest. Man, if we found the priest, what would we have gotten? A lot of money. I mean, a lot of money for one. We needed to be able to buy province here. And we just scored 9 points, which is something. So not really that much. Well, I guess I just don't have it, Dak, is the moral of the story, which we already knew. So that's it's not surprising. If I had gotten priest, I had gotten $6 more. I could have bought the province. I wonder if they can do quad. Maybe quad is too much, but triple they could do, I think, with the gold remodel. Well, they already played the governor. They also, throughout these turns, have typically been They're just really going for the draw. It's just not unreasonable, I guess. But I guess that's they don't have a lot of other draw. I don't know. They had these imps in the Steward and stuff. It's interesting though. I just want to be free of. I just want to not be in the negative when the game ends. That's my goal. That's my only goal, really. I wonder what the game looks like if they don't have their watchtower. It's like they go down to 3 and then they take a curse, but they still, like if they don't have the watchtower, they still probably have some other thing to kick off a little bit of draw, so it's not likely to matter. Captain isn't that good here, actually. Like, you have plenty of ways to play black market, and everything else is not that good. All right. All right, I get to do the thing. It's a dream of mine. Guess I can buy a merchant. I don't have a silver. I don't think I have a silver. What do I buy instead? There's not even really good stuff to buy instead of merchant either. Maybe they'll give me a silver. Maybe they'll give me one with the governor and then I'll have a silver, you know? Did you ever consider that? They have enough stop cards, like, it's not likely, but there's some real outside shot of them getting, their deck's just so big that they have enough payload stuff that there's some world where they just dud for a couple turns, actually. It's now it's not. I mean, obviously this turn it wasn't in the works after a few of these plays, and now that they've got a guide, it's not really in the works for the rest of the game. Yeah, I don't know. They play the governor for draw again, so I was gonna say that a quad was probably possible here, but maybe. I mean, they're not very far. Like, you can use Grave Robber to gain a province, and then they only need $3. Or you could have throned. I mean, I don't know what they have in hand here, but I keep thinking they'll be able to just quad and end it, but I got to positive. Did I trash every curse, or do I still have one? Still have one. Guess no. They. Oh, it's in the supply. They got the patron coffer twice. That's not fair. I can't tell though, like, did they not keep... Did they not keep a 5 to use on Grave Robber? To use with Grave Robber? Spending the coffers to buy a cartographer is really kind of weird, but doesn't matter. Look at all these exciting attacks that they didn't give me a silver either. That's some BS. They were supposed to. It was like contractually obligated. I'll make my own silver. I've got a plan. I'll make my own silver. Watch this. Boom. Okay. So now I'm gonna pre something and then I'm gonna make a bunch of money. I'm gonna make a bunch of money. Remaking stuff. Then I'm gonna get as many points as I can and then I'm gonna resign. Okay, so all right, we need to priest something. We'll priest the copper. Okay. Now we're gonna remake lighthouse into silver just for the, you know, because we want to. And this into duchy. And then maybe we should have played the black market. What are we going to remake? What are the other things we're going to remake? We could remake the black market itself. Get the Emporium just because it's fun. How many more points can we score? Not a bunch. Just get the Emporium because it's fun. We don't even have 3. That's a bummer. We didn't have enough for 3 duchies. I'm pretty confident that they could get to $3. I'm pretty... I've made Damned Brooks angry, I think. Maybe angry isn't the word. I don't know what emotion they're feeling, but I triggered a thought. Let's put it that way. Tower. Well, just buy. I'm sure that does not work. What do you do here? Open with miser? You can do vassal. I mean, you can do vassal instead of silver, but Do, do, do. Doodle-doo. I could get a mystic. I don't think I will though. Oh no, my who's what's it missed. They're all on trade routes. That's interesting. The old trade route rush. My miser missed, which kind of sucked. I don't understand fully what's going on here. I don't understand what the trade route thing does. I find it very confusing. Also, they have coppers and I have estates. So like the chariot races are just worse. Us have fours. I still don't really get it. To be honest. There's a point where I'll want to take take the money, but and I'll buy a trade route, I guess, eventually, but their deck really confuses me. They need to get, you know, something that has some money. They are a little cleaner. I don't know. I think I can buy colonies eventually, which seems pretty good. The seller seems pretty bad. IMO. I guess it's not like super clear. They have trash 5 copper. That's pretty good. That's a pretty cute little trick, though. I don't know if it'll hold out or not, but I think the hope is just that I buy colonies, I guess. I need to get another. Oh no, I have 6. Yeah, if I just get a bunch of misers and plazas, I can buy colony pretty often. We need some path to end the game, though. Assuming their chariot races are printing more than mine. There's something to be said for getting. I guess I can make them buy the chariot races, so that's probably fine for them. The second goons is a little questionable. I mean, I can go Plaza Miser and just try to buy colonies. What is my? What does my win condition look like? We could seize here and try and get the last copper. Oh, we didn't get that. They just have 1 plaza, right? I have 3. I don't really know what the estate was for. I guess it's just trade copper for estate is the idea, but I mean, we're gonna buy. I mean, the idea here is to put in 4s and 11s so that the chariot races stop winning. Now I still have all my estates, so that's a problem, but that's the idea. It's like now there's only 1 hit they can get, and they'll probably get it. They can at least get 1 off of goons, but they just get 1, and then they get, not very much money. They can get 2 here. Maybe potentially can get more depending on when you see them. We'll do one plaza for sure. I'm trying to think if it should be Plaza Miser or Plaza Plaza. That isn't super clear to me. We'll do Plaza Plaza. I mean, it's a little... I'm waiting for the colony to be on top. One of these turns it'll happen, I think. I hope. I don't know if it will happen or not. This is actually a pretty good draw for me. Well, the 2 plazas was bad, but the rest is okay. It'd be interesting if like double province was better in some sense. Guess I don't have double province, but just adding things that stop the chariot races. I do keep getting 3s, which is, I mean, it could be worse. It could be an estate, but come on, just one time do a colony. There is still a sequence where this colonies, but it's not a great sequence, to be honest. or it's not very likely. I should deny it. It's gonna it's gonna get, at the end, we're gonna get lucky. We're gonna get lucky on this last turn somehow. We need them to be unlucky. Plaza is okay. I mean, it's a start. I think they've already missed enough of it, they can't. I guess if they draw everything, they can colony still. I'm gonna get like I'm gonna get like one shot at him. Oh, I guess they just have it. They must have the goons, so that's it. I think my opening is better than theirs. I don't like the trade route stuff. My miser missed, and anyway, we got 2-2, so we're not going to be in the finals or the semifinal or the third place, I guess. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I guess I can do what I promised, which is look up the other what were all the names? All right. This is, I don't care. No, I'm not going to do it. Now that I read them all, it's too long. All right, I'll do it. 28 turns later, Bonfire Bat Lady, Corpse Groom, Damned Brooks, Dawn of the Dud, Easy Bake Coven, Gory Teller, Haunting Party, Ill-Gotten Brains, Jack of All Lanterns, Night War on Elm Street, Mummy Lender, Seize the Night, Spooka, The Card-Shaped Thing, and Unsexy Vampire. So those were all the great names that Cave came up with. Thanks to Cave and Alibian. Anyone who helped organize it. I don't know how much the play reveals the identity. I don't know if the premise panned out. I haven't spectated any of these matches, but in any case, it was a fun thing to try, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I will see you later.